Hello, humans and aliens.
Hey guys. We are back at SeaWorld and we are super excited. Today we're going to do some inside look stuff. So make sure you stay tuned. You don't want to miss this one. We had so much fun doing the SeaWorld Inside Look that we've had to split this video up into multiple parts. Here's part 1 where we get to do inside Marine Mammal Care and we got to pet a dolphin and inside SeaWorld Rescue Center. Enjoy! That's mine.
I think he's trying it out.
Yeah. No, he lost it. He's like, I'm gonna go get a new one. He's like, never mind, I'm gonna come say hi. Yeah, he lost his head, huh? That might be loud. Yeah? Oh look, right here. He's right in front of us. Oh, there goes one. Wait for the food. Oh, he just got me wet.
I gave her my jacket so she's not.
So sweet. Oh, here it comes. Yeah, sure. That one's just looking at the wall. Oh, it's colder over here.
Yeah, because snow, and that's just whole water.
Alright, I can go. Oh, look at the ones all the way up there. Up there. Oh, look at that. So beautiful.
They're so majestic.
Because I'm going to go to the down here.
Okay. Okay.
If that yours, the elevator down here.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Stop talking.
Guys, that's cute too.
Start laughing. I know you. Don't start doing your Beetlejuice things.
I like
I like the fried chicken. I like the chicken. I like the mac and cheese. You getting a picture of all your kids?
Huh?
You getting a picture of your kids?
Do I need to get a picture of my kids?
No, you're penguin
Hi.
kids. You're penguin children.
Huh.
camera.
Oh. I wonder if there's like fish down there or something. Yeah.
There's shrimp. Maybe little shrimps.
Alright, I'll talk to you later. Drive safe.
Can we go down that alone?
I never studied penguins.
Okay, you ready? Okay, hold on with him.
Let's move on.
Maybe they would think this is culture.
There's two of them down there.
Oh, you just bit on.
Try. Hold it. Try, hold it.
We're biting each other.
You want to ride that through the ocean?
What?
You want to ride on through the ocean? Can't do that.
What?
You can't do that.
Oh, look, that one's the one that
They're gonna keep coming to you.
the one flip
You
was
got a
missing.
bad fin?
How can it fit through that tiny space?
Look, he was hurt. He's missing part of his flipper. Put your hand up there, man, so you can get the picture.
Okay. Jenny, get that.
Careful.
Look at that turtle guy. Is that Bella? Come here. Down the balcony.
Hey guys, so it's about 10:30. We went ahead and got in line for Inside Look Mammal Care, and I'm sitting over here at my Build-A-Bear workshop. Hopefully you guys can see that. And the line's over here, so by the flamingos and Build-A-Bear. This is one of the last days for it though, but I think they do it maybe a couple times a year, I heard. I don't know. John and the girls are over there trying to win a toothless. We'll see what they come back with. Guys, we're going into Mammal Care.
Hi.
Let's see what happens.
Hi.
You girls excited?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Show them which one. Well, Dad won, but
Well.
he picked for me to get a toothless. And I have
Good job, Daddy.
Fury. And I have a light fury at
You gotta back up a little bit. The camera can't see you.
I
Okay.
have a light fury at home.
Okay. Love you. Bye.
I guess we should let the dolphin be safe. That's very
I know we are not, my friend. Alrighty, if everybody just wants to move a little bit forward, we don't have to stay in one direct line, don't worry. Alrighty, just
Oh,
want
it
to make sure
smells
everybody's fitting
amazing.
inside.
Smells
Alrighty, here we
like,
go.
the penguin exhibit.
Every single day. Now whether that is, or sorry, every single week. Now whether that is fish, fruits, or veggies, that's the average that we bring out to all of our animals. You want to go on by this wall right here for our marine mammals. Now that's way too quick along this way. These dolphins, killer whales, belugas, all of that's on this side here. We're going to come down this way. Now that I go on here. So each section of this fish
opportunity, we're actually going to get a little closer to these guys. I'm going to ask them to slide up on the wall, and we're going to touch behind their blowhole. You can touch all the way down to their tail, please. Just a few safety guidelines before we step up to the wall. Any photos and videos have to happen back here at the curb. They cannot be by the wall. These dolphins are known to come up about 3 feet over the wall and grab items out of your hand. Those items will not return in the condition they left you. Also not safe for our dolphins. So we want to keep them safe, right? So go ahead and make sure those items are in your pockets. If you are at the wall, your hands are empty. Items on the wall. They actually interact with like our cats and dogs here at home. When there are cats and dogs at home, you guys can sit like that. They have a layer of fur. Yeah, I think they feel like I'm
You got back up.
Pretty much all of our animals are running through here throughout the day. So we're just going to kind of stay in a tight group as much as possible, just in case we have any golf carts going by. At our rescue vehicles first with one of our rescue team members.
Alright, good morning or good afternoon, whichever one it is, I think it's half. My name's Dominic, I'm one of the animal care specialists here at SeaWorld Rescue. Ashton, she's also one of the animal care specialists. So the boat that you guys walked past on your way in, that is our cetacean rescue boat. The next vehicle that you guys passed, right, this little truck right here, the Chevy, that is our bird rescue truck right there. And then right here is our manatee rescue boat. And this is our animal transport, or we call it the beachy van. Animals that can be transported in here are dolphins, manatees, and even sea turtles. We'll transport sea turtles in like bins if we need to. The manatees and dolphins we just lay right on top of that, depending on how far we're going. And then right there is our chasing boat. So that boat is pretty much to spot the animals out in the wild if we need to rescue. So what happens typically is someone out in the springs or on the Gulf or ocean, if they see an animal in trouble, they'll usually, FWC will get in contact with us once they get report of an animal hurt. It's the Florida Fish and Wildlife, and they'll contact us and they'll let us know exactly what the animal is, location, situation, pretty much so we know who to bring and what to bring. From there, we'll drop the net as soon as we spot the animal. We'll do one big circle around the manatee, specifically the manatee. Once we have the big circle, we'll start pulling the net up from the bottom to bring the manatee up onto the back of the boat. The back of the boat can take on a decent amount of water, and if you guys notice with these two boats, the motors are in the front of the boat. That way we can bring the animal up very easily. We don't have to worry about propellers, motors, nothing like that. From there, once the manatee's in the back, we'll have it moved over into our transport vehicle here. And from here, we have everything that we need to keep an animal comfortable and to keep an eye on them throughout the transport. We have AC, we have heating, we have blankets, we have water. Whatever we need for the animal is in here. Manatees can be out of the water for a very long time. We have transported manatees all the way from Virginia and North Carolina. Once they arrive here on location, they will go into one of 2 medical pools that we have here. We have one right here, and then we have another medical pool up in the front that I believe is open today, or is it?
Yes, it is.
It is? Okay. It is open, the medical pool in the back. So from there, we're able to raise the floor on those medical pools so we can actually walk out onto the deck or onto the floor and get a better look at the manatee. The vets will come over and they'll do whatever they need to do to just do their full workup on the manatee. And from there, they'll let us know what we need to do with the animal and what just procedures, how often we should hydrate them, how often we should feed them. Does anyone have any questions for me right now?
How long can manatees be out of the water?
How long? I don't know the exact time, but I know they can be out for a long time, a couple hours. Because I mean, the drive from Virginia is a good 10 hours maybe. We'll try and spray them down. We don't like to keep them fully dry during that. But like completely out of the water, they should be fine. Their body isn't like a whale where it can collapse on itself. So manatees they have very little body fat. It's mostly just organs and bones. So that's their able to handle a lot of fat. Any other questions?
That black in the truck, is that like a foam?
So that is a foam. It is very soft. So we'll try and take the stretcher out from underneath them if we can't lay them right on that. But if they're just too heavy or they're just too thick and we don't want to mess with them, if they're just staying calm, we'll let them lay in the back. We want to avoid messing with animals as much as possible. We really want these animals to just get here, be rehabbed, and be sent back out. That is our goal, and that's what we want to do. We do not deem animals releasable or non-releasable. That would be NOAA and the government. They deem the animals, they'll get our records, and then they'll go from there. As well as animals that are rescued. We don't typically pick which animal gets to be rescued. We just get told which ones to do. Any other questions? No other questions? Are you guys going to head to the next part? Take a look at some of our rescued sea turtles.
Let's stay behind the lines. Look at the turtles.
Hi everybody, welcome backstage. So you guys just heard a little bit about some of the equipment and the vehicles that we use for rescues, and behind me here I have some rescued animals. I have 14 Kemp's Ridley sea turtles behind me here. They're all juveniles, so they're not fully grown, they're not adults yet, and they were found up in Massachusetts with cold stress. So cold stress happens to an animal when they are in water that's too cold for their bodies to process. Their organs are going to start shutting down and they're going to start feeling really sick and lethargic. And the rescuers up there ended up finding these guys kind of sometimes beached, sometimes kind of floating in the water a little lethargically. So they rescued them, started to take care of them. And then we partnered with a group called Turtles Fly 2. They boarded all these turtles up on their airplanes and flew them down from Massachusetts here to Florida for us to take care of them as well. So when we first get these turtles, we are going to work with our vet team, which you guys will meet up a little bit further up the road. They're going to start taking some samples like blood and some x-rays on these guys in order to figure out what exactly is wrong with the animals. One of the major things that cold stress can turn into in these guys is pneumonia. So that's why we're taking x-rays to take a look at their lungs and see what exactly is going on and help the vet team figure out what kind of treatment plan we're going to go with. Once the vets have looked them over, they are returned to our pools here that you see behind me, and that's when we start administering the medication and we start feeding them. So these guys get food once a day and they eat really well. They've got shrimp on the menu. So each animal, the number of shrimp that they get is going to be based on their body weight, which we'll also figure out upon intake with these animals. And then we'll regularly change that that amount of shrimp that they're getting based on the weight that they're gaining since they're still growing. Does anybody have any questions for me about our Kemp's Ridley?
Any questions?
Alrighty. Well, then you guys are all set to move on to aquarium.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
I take care of the fish and reptiles here at SeaWorld. Reptiles being sea turtles, alligators, and any sort of snake that might find its way into the public. So I really like what it does too. In addition to taking care of the fish, you take care of the systems and the water that the fish lives in, so there's quite a bit of chemistry involved, as well as filter maintenance, pump maintenance, things like that. But in this building, what we do is we actually clean fish. So what I mean by cleaning fish, it sounds weird, but whenever a fish goes from one exhibit to another exhibit, we're going to assume that that fish from the first exhibit is carrying along with it some sort of parasite or something that we don't want to bring into our second exhibit. So it basically makes a pit stop here for 30 days to undergo a quarantine. Now, undergoing quarantine is a little bit different depending on the type of fish you're treating and the type of parasite you're treating. So for example, I wouldn't treat a clownfish the same way I would treat a shark, nor a freshwater fish or an invertebrate like a lobster or a crab or something like that. So there's a lot of different ways to treat your animals, which is why we have a lot of different fish systems and fish bodies of water essentially in here. Our systems range in size from 90 gallons to 44,000 gallons. So we can take anything from a small clownfish to a large shark if we want to. Now, currently outdoors in our larger pools, where the 44,000 gallon one is, we actually have all of Stingray Lagoon sitting there temporarily while the exhibit undergoes a little bit of a makeover. So they'll be there for a few weeks and they'll go back out onto exhibit when they're done. But the quarantine I told you lasted 30 days, and that's because that's how long it takes most parasites to go from egg to adult. We want to make sure we knock out every life stage of that parasite before bringing them out onto exhibit. Now, before we would put them back out into their final exhibit, we were going to look at the fish and make sure that there's no parasites that maybe just snuck through. So what we'll do is we'll look for behavior that's indicative of parasites. Sometimes they'll be trying to scratch themselves on the bottom of the tank or something like that. And sometimes you might even do what's called a skin scrape, which is where you just kind of take a little scrape of skin and look at it under a microscope. You're just doing it lightly on the outside. It doesn't hurt them or anything like that, but it does show parasites from time to time, so it is important to check that out. Now, another reason why we might have fish in this building here is because of medical reasons. A lot of times when a fish gets sick or a fish has an injury, it's a lot easier to bring it down here temporarily than it is to treat it on its exhibit. So for example, like if you're at Manta and one of the sharks doesn't look too great, it's not eating very well, don't bring it down here because it's a lot easier to catch a shark in a smaller pool temporarily than it is to try to get it out of this 250,000 gallon exhibit all the time. So the vets will come over, they're right next door, so they'll come over and take a look at the animal. They'll do things from ultrasounds, blood samples, x-rays, things like that. We've even done things as extreme as endoscopies before to look for ulcers inside. So it's kind of cool what they're able to do. They'll tell you a little bit more about that at the next stop here. But basically, whenever the vet prescribes a treatment, you undergo it, they come over, they do a recheck, they say it's good to go or it needs more treatment. And basically, whenever it's good to go, it goes back out on the exhibit. Does anybody have questions?
Any tests here, all of our lab work, including blood smears, fecal samples, urine samples, are all analyzed here at SeaWorld. We also do analysis for 8 other facilities, including Busch Gardens, Kansas.
Did Emily want to step up there?
Hey, Annie. And a turtle.
The manatee. Where's your turtle? That's all manatee.
It was right next to the manatee.
He's just waking up for his anesthesia. We're just trying to make sure he's fully awake before he goes home. On the floor there with him is one of our doctors, Dr. Stagg. She's one of 4 veterinarians that we have here to take care of not only all the animals at SeaWorld, but also over at Discovery Cove and Aquatica. And that is with her, the blonde is Heidi. She's one of my fellow veterinary technicians. We are 2 of 6 veterinary technicians that help our 4 veterinarians here at SeaWorld. Does anybody have any questions about our hospital or about our patient?
What did he have done?
He had a lateness exam. He's been limping for a few days, so we took some x-rays earlier. We went through range of motion exercises. We did some blood work. So we'll just wait for the
Penguin! Oh my goodness! I can't see evil!
Go. Can you see?
Emily, come here.
Oh yeah, I can see.
Oh, there's a step stool. Here, Annie. Come on. Oh.
Look past the guests.
Hi. Hi.
What are they working on in there?
We are, we're just finishing up with our king penguin from this morning.
All right. He's in the bin now, Emily.
You can see him.
You can see him poke his head up.
It's a penguin.
It is a penguin.
Did everybody get a chance to see?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed our part 1 of SeaWorld Inside Look, where we got to see the dolphins and the mammal care, and also got to see the rescue center. Wasn't that penguin adorable? Oh my goodness, I loved it. And I love petting the dolphin. Awesome experience. Guys, be looking forward to part 2 and part 3. Those are coming soon. Make sure you subscribe. And make sure you hit that bell notification button so you'll see when part 2 and 3 come out. Don't forget to give us a big thumbs up, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys. Keep on dreaming.